8:15 on Smooth 98.1. Joining me to bring some life into the stories and, of course, share the banter around, amongst other things, is the one, the only, Tega. Good morning to you. You look so full of life this morning, Tega.
Why are you telling lies? Good morning, everybody. You're telling lies. God doesn't like people to lie. All right. So good morning,
I'm being
everybody.
honest.
What are we doing today, sir?
Today there's so much to actually get into.
Yes.
Champions League
There's
football,
Champions League
definitely.
football, so we'll talk about Champions League football. We'll also talk about Manchester United deceiving themselves. We'll touch on that.
How do you mean?
But I'm the owner of the headline. Do you want to take over the
7 goals now, Tega.
I
It's
say
not,
I'm the
it's not
owner of
good.
the headline.
Okay,
Why are we dragging this something?
don't be angry.
Manchester United deceiving themselves. That's the headline. And we'll talk about them too. What else do we want to talk about? I want to talk about the youth sports games happening in Asaba. Which state are you from? Because people like me, it's top of table is to have top of table.
Sorry,
We're going
you.
to play.
Oh, sorry.
All right. So we'll talk about the sports festival that's taking place in Asaba. All that and more in the locker room this morning. But before we do any more talking, tell us how can we be part of the locker room this morning?
Okie dokie. You can join us on the locker room this morning to share your thoughts. Very easy. WhatsApp is right there for you. 0809 440 981. 0809 440 981. That's the WhatsApp number. Also on YouTube at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. That is the YouTube platform. All right. Without further ado, just to run through some of the stories we're talking about. And as Tega just mentioned, the National Youth Games in Asaba 2024, Delta leads with 25 gold medals.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
I know.
Say it
I know.
Say it with humility.
It's not easy. Okay. Ons Jabeur ends season due to shoulder injury. Harry Kane scores 4 as Bayern put 9 past Zagreb. That's where he'll wake up when he sees all those sort of teams. Man United hit Barnsley for 7 in the League Cup route. I can't remember the last time we had a win like this. Anyways, Sommer vows Inter will defend with all we have to stop Holland. They play. Stylish Liverpool struck past Milan in UCL opener. Mbappe strikes on Madrid Champions League debut win over Stuttgart, and Hironas Stuani deserves dream UCL start, says the manager Michel. Yes. So many things to get into, but let's start at the beginning here. Let's talk about the national youth games. So as at yesterday afternoon, Team Delta is in an unassailable lead at the ongoing National Youth Games Asaba 2024. Now, Team Delta is comfortably seated with 25 gold, 14 silver, and 17 bronze medals. Triple double.
And we're not even adding the oil that we have. This is just humility that we have.
Are we playing for oil?
Let me mention all the things that the state is doing. Why people will hate states like this? Let me say I don't lie about the oil.
Don't be angry.
Don't talk to me anyhow. My state's at top of the table. Where's your state?
Let me not say what's on my mind.
Say it. What do you want to say? All right. So the sports festival, as usual, Delta State, because again, remember National Sports Festival, the one for everybody, Delta still won it. Don't be begging us like this in private. Delta won it. And so the Youth Sports Festival, we are showing that we catch them young.
Okay.
And we are at the top of the table. It's been interesting to see. So the entire idea of the sports festival is to keep producing or keep creating more, young athletes that the country will have and will be able to develop. However, this one is coming after the Olympics. It's telling us that we are preparing for early 2028. All right. So if we can harness the talents that we find here, then I'm sure that we'll have something to look forward to at the sports festival. So let's see how it works out for Delta State. But swimming, where River State should be leading, Delta State is still, doing the best we can. Akwa Ibom State is getting into that too, but I like that the riverine areas, their states are the ones really dominating in swimming. So good one for Delta State leading the way. They are hosting and they are leading. Sorry, let me correct that. We are hosting and we are leading, as Tega of Ethiope East local government. Abraka, Delta State.
We're one in
Thank you.
Nigeria, so we're reading and we're breeding.
Ayo, please. Ayokunmi, please move to that side.
That side.
Move.
If I move, do show your own. Do show your own. Big Mayor on YouTube says, worry.
Worry.
Okay, I see you. Anyways, on to the next story, talking about tennis here. Now, Tunisia's Ons Jabeur has been forced to end her 2024 season prematurely due to a niggling shoulder injury. But the three-time Grand Slam runner-up said, sad one for her this year. This
year has been really poor for Ons Jabeur. So she had last year, and she thought, okay, this year, last year I got to finals. This year I probably win, a Grand Slam. Unfortunately, it has been one of the worst years of her growing career. I mean, when she was younger, it was her building a career. Now she's built the career to a particular level, and she's stumbling again. And it's just been that recurring shoulder injury. And I think she has come to the conclusion, you know what? It's already end of year. We're already in September. I'm just going to take the rest of the year off, heal completely, and then come back in January. And that makes sense. Some people may question that, but that makes sense for her, considering that the year doesn't even start in January. It actually starts in December. By December, the new season would have started. So let her take the time off, heal completely, not just from the injury, but physically and everything, and then get into shape, and she can start the new season afresh. Also, Elena Svitolina has also had her own surgery on her ankle. So her own season 2 is done. So she can come back next season fresher and stronger. And in other news, now we know Novak Djokovic's former trainer. Remember, he parted with his former trainer earlier in the year. Yannick Sinner was like, "Come on, baby, come and work with me." So Yannick Sinner, who we already can see his physical attributes and his dependence on his athleticism getting a little more, is now getting Novak Djokovic's trainer, the one that made him elastic. So, the guy that changed his career from 2011 up till he left him, I think, was it earlier this year or middle of last year? Yeah. So yeah, Yannick Sinner decided that he's going to add those 2 guys to his backroom staff. So we are going to see a bloodier version of Yannick Sinner. If you thought he had put his body to the ringer, that was just the beginning.
Bloodier version of Yannick Sinner, as long as there's no cloud shot and let's just
that too. But he has been clear. I don't like the way people keep repeating this thing.
I know clouds come and go.
Yeah, it's true. Clouds come and go. So as long as there's no cloud, we'll take that.
Well, let's talk some Champions League football. And Harry Kane scored 4 goals, including 3 penalties.
And the referee was still giving it.
Bayern Munich dominated Zagreb 9-2 at home on Tuesday, becoming the first team to score 9 goals in the Champions League match. I mean, Zagreb have said,
look, even Bayern Munich at some point they stopped celebrating. They're just scoring the goals. They're like, we're in a training session, but they couldn't help but score those goals. Look, the goals that they scored were the ones that they went out of their way to score. Because there are other goals that could have been scored. They're just like, we've already beaten them. Yes, so this new Champions League format this is where I get upset about it. Yes, you're going to see some big matches, but they're few and far in between. The rest of it is going to be matches like this, and there's no opportunity for revenge. Before, if you beat someone 90%, be like, you beat me 90 in my house, I'll come to your house and taint your stadium. No. There's anticipation for revenge. No, there's anticipation for revenge. But this one, nothing. It's just, it was bad. It was not a good look. So they tried to sell us this competition that is good. We're going to have more matches where matches are going to be tougher and yada, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, Manchester City players are planning a strike. They're like, if the matches get too much, we're not playing again. Okay, you have 115 charges. Better be humble. 115. Okay, that's a magic number. But yeah, it's not one. It's not just one. I've heard 3 different Manchester City players say this thing, that once the matches get too much, that they're not going to play again. And these are the ones that are talking. People like Rodri. The other people that will just not show up.
It's not hard. They have under 21 and under 18 for a reason.
And wait, these are Manchester City players talking. Do you think it's only Manchester City players planning? Because again, because Alisson Becker of Liverpool was also saying these things that we're looking at the more matches and the fans are happy and UEFA is happy, but the players have not been taken into consideration. That's Alisson from across the pond in Liverpool. Yes, now he's in Liverpool and he's saying the same thing that Manchester City. So trust me when I tell you that there are meetings going on the ground that we have not heard of.
On a more serious note, the games have increased drastically.
Yeah.
Players are now getting injured more frequently.
Yes.
Injuries, injuries,
yes.
So on and so forth. At what point do the football governing bodies begin to actually look at these players as human beings? Yes, more games, more money, and all that, but you need the players to be good, to be fit enough to play these games.
Yeah, but you see these things that the governing body is even doing to expand and to dominate the market. You know that when the governing body decided that they were not going to do it, clubs decided that they're going to have all these fantastic, friendly travel tours. And then Real Madrid and Fiorentino Perez decided that Super League may be a thing. So it's a lot. And I think, unfortunately for the European footballers or for footballers, they are not like a closed association. So there's a blessing in not being a closed association, but this is a curse for the workers. Because if you did something like this with the NBA, you tell them, okay, yeah, we're going to increase the number of games. If you see lockout, that's it. They will lock out. And the same thing with the NFL. They would also lock out. But with an open league, it becomes a little tougher. But the players are talking about it. Let's just start taking it seriously because they're complaining. And so they're complaining prior to the match that people are saying more games and the fans are excited, but nobody's really considering the players. I just want to tell you, Alisson Becker, Rodri, and everybody who is secretly planning any strike, the fans, I am one of them. We're not necessarily excited because when we saw some of the matches yesterday, we're like, is this what we scrapped it for?
Exactly. You begin to wonder.
It was friendly of 9-2. And those 2 goals, it was, how Bayern was playing at their absolute worst for Zagreb to get those 2 goals. Those 2 goals happened in quick succession when they changed goalkeeper. The new goalkeeper came in and thought he was on a vacation. Or he was waiting for them to ring bell for him to play when the referee had blown the whistle since. So they considered a quick goal, and just as they restarted the match, they considered the second goal to make the game 3-2. And then Bayern Munich remembered that they were supposed to play football, and they went on to score 9 goals. So at the end of the day, as exciting for the goal scorers, it was upsetting for us.
But hey, at the end of the day, we love to see goals. So
I wasn't even watching the match again. I saw when the goals started coming in, I just tuned into another channel. I was like, when they score, we'll him.
We'll take a quick breather right here. When we come back in, we'll talk more about football and, of course, Manchester United's big victory over Barnsley in the EFL Cup. Stay tuned. The Locker Room will be back in a bit.
What is your studio cold today? Is it because of the rain? Is it because of the rain?
Was that cold?
Yeah. It's extra cold today. I think it's because of the rain. Yes, I have puff in my hair. 2 puff in my hair. I'm waiting for this hair to pack one. You have finished the Lagos. I will shut the place down. I'm telling you, baby. Sitting at please now. No. Sitting and break your head. No.
I'm not looking at you. First of all, let's do Thanksgiving. Do Thanksgiving and offering. Offer to us, shall
So one expert might be possible than you think. Making from predictions extra cash. Simply register on onexbet.ng and download the app. Use promo code.
I'm moving closer to this side because apparently this system, the mic is very one directional. Because when I tilted more to your side, comments said they couldn't hear me clearly. Because usually it's like this, so the mic is like in my. So I'm trying to get. I think I was so tired this morning.
Well, you saw me that
I saw you. My brain was not in tune. I left you at like 9 yesterday. I was doing some felt like minutes, so I was very, very tired. That's why I had to do coffee. At least let me wake up small.
And then I have some cold. That's how I'm yawning since I didn't sleep well last night. Just kept. But after what happened on Monday, I was like, I better be here. I'm telling you.
That's okay. I mean, technical issues aside, like I said, technical issues. Is Tega okay? I said she's fine. All right, you're tuned into the locker room on Smooth 98.1. We love music, we love life. You know, we love sports as well. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we talk about sports. You're welcome along to the ride. Join us on the conversation. Share your thoughts with us on WhatsApp on 0809 444 981. You can also catch us on the live stream on YouTube and see Tega doing some dance. I'm not sure which one.
It's the Mickey Mouse dance. Don't you know Mickey Mouse Fun House?
Oh, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Yes,
Clubhouse.
That was a good one in the late 20s.
They still show it till today.
They do? I've lost track. I don't. Thank you very much. YouTube is Smooth 91 FM Lagos. Let's get back into the conversation. Tega is still here with me. We're talking football at this time. Let's talk about Man United's win over Barnsley in the League Cup. So Manchester United crushed Barnsley 7-0 as troubled winger Anthony scored his first goal this season, and Marcus Rashford struck twice to extend his revival in the League Cup third round on Tuesday.
Yes, it's troubled winger because Ten Hag used to be Ten Hag's favorite guy, and there was a time that people started to ask, perhaps he has Ten Hag's news, because why are you playing this guy that's obviously not playing football? There were real questions. And Eric Ten Hag had said before the match now that, Anthony needed to prove that he really wanted to play. He needed to earn his stripes in training. So Anthony didn't go up on any social media rants like Sancho did. He just got on the pitch yesterday and scored a goal since the goal was free for all. But I would say this: it was a good match, and let me tell you, let me not rain too much on Eric Ten Hag's parade. Every opportunity that he gets to stunt on another team, please stunt on another team. Because when the rains come, they come very heavy for him. So if he has a good day like yesterday when he can score 7 passes, put 7 passes Barnsley, it's not his fault that he can put 7 passes Barnsley. Put 7. So that the day that you are losing to Crystal Palace, you remember the days of 7 against Barnsley.
Selhurst Park on the horizon.
So it's a tough task for Manchester United, but they need all these breathers. So this is the Carabao Cup, I think the third round. So while you laugh at Manchester United, remember that Fulham was knocked out yesterday. Fulham, they played penalty 16-15. They couldn't even win it in the first 5 penalties. They couldn't win it in the second 5 penalties. They couldn't win it. They said, the sudden death got to 16.
That is just insane.
Do you know that by the time you get to 16, you're already looking at the ball boys coming to take some penalties?
We start nominating fans. So are you?
Are you fan? Come here, come and take penalties. So Fulham lost. So before Everton also lost. Penalty shootout 6-5.
I'm not surprised. Everton this season.
So when you look at it, there are other Premier League teams that fell at this hurdle. Manchester United scored 7. Let's pity them. Let them enjoy their delulu till the weekend at least. Well, so it's been a good week. So you won over the weekend, and now you make sure this rice is spicy. Fried turkey is what you like.
The rice government has been sharing.
No. The government is not Manchester United.
No, I need to get rice first before I can actually make it spicy.
I don't like bread. That's why you should use over the weekend.
Wow.
Because you're not making use of your win. Please, if it's Chelsea fans now, they would have done small jollof. Please read the next story. All
right, next story. Inter Milan goalkeeper Jan Sommer is adamant his side can stop the prolific Erling Haaland from scoring, even if they remain wary of Manchester City's other attacking threats.
Are we talking about the same Inter Milan that drew over the weekend against Monza?
Was it blip?
Which blip? That's the second draw. 2 blip. Okay, they blinked their eyes.
One
eye too. All right. But yeah, they come against a Manchester City in the newly transformed Champions League. Again, this is what I used to say about there was something about the sweet revenge, because that's how you beat a team in the first leg. You can hope that second leg I will disgrace you, or I've learned my lesson and I'll play better. But there's no such opportunities. One chance, literally. This is one chance they're entering. I don't think Manchester City is going to take it easy, because remember that this Inter Milan side went all the way to the final 2 seasons ago. They'll also remember that this Inter Milan side, they're defending Serie A champions.
Right.
And so Manchester City is going to come at this game with all seriousness and all importance. And in the words of Pep Guardiola, it was one sentence: Erling Haaland has scored.
Has been scoring the goals.
So Erling Haaland has 9 goals in the Premier League this season. According to Pep Guardiola, if he scores one more, he would have scored the number of goals I scored in my entire career.
And the closest to him right now,
yeah, there you go.
Mind the gap.
Look, trust me. Yeah, so don't try to stop Erling Haaland. Just stop the one that you can. That's what before you wake up in the morning and you begin to Zagreb's goalkeeper with 9 goals.
That would be good. The thing about this new Champions League is that you need to score those goals, because at the end of the day, goal difference.
Counts, yeah. It's a league. It's a literal league now. Unlike before, it was called Champions League, but the league was not about the format. It was more about the group of teams that were playing. Now it's a league format. Goal difference will come in.
Definitely. Could be the difference between qualifying automatically and having to go through a playoff.
Yes. So.
All right, let's talk about Liverpool. They struggled to a 3-1 win at AC Milan on Tuesday as the Reds got their campaign in the revamped Champions League off to a stylish start. Good one for Arne Slot and his men.
Yes, they have to get back on the horse, because the thing that Nottingham Forest did to them, even they were still in shock. And Slot was like, who is Nottingham Forest? I mean, when you come to a team, you calculate the teams that can beat you. Probably put Manchester City up there. Probably said he'll struggle a little against Arsenal. Probably thought that Chelsea could have some fun day with him, not necessarily win, but make it hard. I'm sure he did not count Nottingham Forest.
He didn't see the name Nottingham Forest. He lost in the Forest.
He got lost. He was in shock. And so it was a good thing that he was able to recover against AC Milan. Now, AC Milan is not the same AC Milan that it was several years ago. In fact, the coach that was in charge of AC Milan when they were AC Milan is now at Real Madrid. I just want you to know. That's how much they're going. So it's not the same team. However, there is still a pride when you are AC Milan, who has won the Champions League multiple times. You are AC Milan, who's one of those traditional clubs. And they came into the game like that, scored the first goal, looking like they were going to make this pound for pound boxing.
Right.
Then Liverpool took over.
I wasn't too surprised.
I wasn't surprised with the scoreline. At the end of the day, I wasn't surprised that Liverpool won. I was just, a bit disappointed, because I had watched AC Milan this season and I thought they were bad. But yesterday they really looked amateurish.
Just realize how bad they actually are. I'm sorry, but that AC Milan side is
a very poor side. And you look like they brought in a few new players, that can run at defenses and can try to make themselves nuisances. But at the end of the day, Fonseca is not the guy. So AC Milan looked around and said, we're going to sack Pioli, then we'll bring Pioli 2.0. What was the point? Some as well left Pioli there if you're going to bring in Fonseca. So it's not a good look. Let Chukwueze on the bench. At least let Chukwueze stretch his legs. Even if you're losing, let your players be having fun. So it was not a good day for AC Milan on the night, but a brilliant evening for Liverpool. They did the Italian job against an Italian team, and they came back with all 3 points and 3 goals.
I like that. Doing the Italian job against an Italian team. I need to frame that somewhere. So they're dropping bars. All right, let's talk about the king, Prince of Madrid right now, not like the king. Former Prince of Paris, or King of Paris, that is Kylian Mbappe, scored on his first Champions League appearance for Real Madrid as the holders started their trophy defense with a 3-1 win over Stuttgart on Tuesday.
Again, I would say this: Real Madrid is getting the results, and people say, but this is how they've always been. They get results as opposed to playing brilliantly, but it's a struggle. Why are they struggling to wins? This is a dream team, literally. But unfortunately, it's been a tough one. Even Stuttgart gave them a run for their money. At some point, it was looking like this game was 1-1 and it was heading in that direction. Then Rudiger scored. before Hendrick came in and said, "Oh, I'm gonna put this one back in net." Look, that Hendrick goal, that goalkeeper was at fault halfway. But the fact that Hendrick looked to left, looked right, and he had options, I said, "No, I'm taking it." That is what you want from a goal scorer. So he's going to be that goal scorer. And he got married a few days ago. So he married. Instead of going on the honeymoon, he scored a goal. Aww. Into the game.
The small boy of today, not just the small boy of today.
It's not the small boy, he has a wife now. So please.
Don't
But yeah, Real Madrid still struggling. You know, you watch them game after game, and you think at some point they're going to gel and they're going to come together and they're going to come good. But the struggle is still there. So I want to see how that changes. You know, how that result changes, because it's not a good look to be in the 5th game of the season and still have to be ironing a lot of kinks out of their, you know, the way they play, out of their performances.
Right.
Let's wait to see how they participate and perform.
Well, maybe at the end of the day, Don Carlo just has to do what he does best, raise that eyebrow.
And then some people are going, all right, so we're almost out of time, but let me touch on the Girona story. Because it's a big deal. So Girona finally qualified for Champions League. Then everybody came and bought their brilliant players.
I mean,
and now,
what did they expect?
Exactly, now they have to play this Champions League with the team that they have. They're already struggling in La Liga. Remember how last season against Barcelona, they were feeling like the team from the Catalans. Now they've been humbled. And so they're struggling already in La Liga, and now you put them in the Champions League, where their first match is against PSG, who have something to prove, because PSG have left their prince to go to Spain.
I think PSG right now are the better for it.
They look like a better team. They're set on better. Everybody's trying to be the next big man. So it's no longer about pass the ball to one Kylian Mbappe. They're playing a little more. They look a more balanced team now, if you ask me.
Right.
But they also have a point to prove that they are more than one player. And so they have motivation, they have the squad, and they have the results so far. Girona, what are you going to do tonight?
We shall wait and we shall see. All right, let's take comments. Let me start from YouTube. El Kadiraba says, Liverpool showing AC Milan how to play football, embarrassing them in front of their legends. I still don't understand how Madrid stole a win yesterday. They won 3-1. I don't really think they stole it. 3-1.
By the time it was 2-1, they had already stolen it. Then by the time entry came, it was a heist. All right?
Uchenna Woko says, Man United 10 goals in 2 games with 0 conceded. The team is blending well with a lot of good combinations.
Xerxes, good talent. Happy that nobody is talking about ETH again. Good workout. Just hold on to that. Just hold on to
this weekend. Don't shout too much this weekend. Let me read this message from Deji. Eric has activated one of his 9 lives. I hope Manchester United can do the same to Crystal Palace. So I'm just saying, because you know, it's like every time it looks like Eric Ten Hag is going through it, he just brings one of these 2 wins. And then he stays a little longer. And then let me round up with Chimabi Victor saying, congrats to Bayern Munich for demolishing the less privileged team, Zagreb. That's not nice. They said they successfully murdered the team, while for Real Madrid, I see them winning the UCL this season. Even Tega will agree with me. Tega is not around. I've traveled.
All right, let me take some on WhatsApp. This is coming from Emeka. Says they don't understand why Arsenal play their own UCL game on Thursday and then play Man City on Sunday. Play their own UCL game today. Quite an unfair fixture, if you ask me.
They started. As for Holland, only William Saliba and Rudiger have shown are the only 2 defenders that can pocket that cyborg. So he's beatable. Okay. Until then. Nika says,
until Sunday.
This is for you. I'm literally rolling on the floor with laughter at what you said, rather. Bobby from Kano says the frustration with Manchester United and Ten Hag is the certainty of their inconsistency.
Yes.
They are consistently inconsistent.
Correct, guy. You got it correctly. Let's frame that too.
2 excellent wins on the bounce, and watch them totally become Queen's Park strangers in the very next game. No, I won't be fooled. Tega is the kind of auntie to always avoid, doing nothing but reminding you who you need in your life. Bobby, I cannot run. We take her all the way. We're joined at the hip, if I can put it that way.
Yes, sir.
This says, I'm beginning to think Ten Hag is a fraud.
This is the sort of scoreline we, the United fans, are looking forward to in the Premier League. Why wait for cup games to put up a good performance?
But didn't you enjoy when you won FA Cup last season?
You're not even happy that they played a good game against Barnsley. Usually we struggle against everybody. So take it. Just take it, please. Nauru says, Tega how? Which one is Manchester United deceiving themselves? Tega how? The spotlight says 70. And Mayawa says, Man United is back after scoring 10 goals in 2 games and ready to win it all until Crystal Palace make them cry on Saturday. Okay. Okay, Mayawa, blocking is coming. The new UCL format is suspect for now, but there's some good games yesterday. Hendrick got his inspiration from Bobby Charlton and became the youngest Madrid UCL scorer. Bobby Charlton, even from the grave, inspiring.
Inspiring. And say Manchester may be coming good this season. I've told you what to do. I've told you how I like my jollof. All right. On that note, I want to thank you for sending your messages to WhatsApp. Thank you for streaming on YouTube. And hopefully you saw my 2 puff. Yes, we're trying to get it to 1 puff. Thank you for sending your messages via YouTube. Thank you for tuning into Smooth 98.1 FM to listen to the locker room. Till I come your way again on Friday.
Yep.
It's bye for now.
All right. Thank you so much, Tega. Have a great Wednesday. And thank you all for sharing your thoughts and your messages. Keep it tuned to Smooth 98.1. We'll get into a conversation on Lagos Talks at 9 o'clock. Lagos.
See me dancing. This is leaving the cold place. Leave the cold place, Tega.